fuck?
Oh, well.
What'd you forget?
Forgot the fried onions on top of my sandwich.
Oh, man.
Son of a bitch.
Yep. Gives me that extra little bit of crunch.
I feel ya.
Crunchy crunch.
Crotch crunch?
Cross crunch.
Hopefully.
Cross crunchy. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Alright, boys. Welcome back to another episode. I don't know where Mr. Shiitake is, but we will ish because we do have things to go over. So last time on Bard's Tale, you guys fought a fish or two, exploding murders. Duncan, you found out you have a murderous intent. Mike is working on his painting skills. As Jace, you're working on your piano skills. I learned music a little bit better, so I have for you on that. You guys didn't let Beans die, which I'm really impressed on. And at the end of the evening, you guys ended up in a cave. What looks like Timberlake in front of you, and a couple of people that don't look like what you've been fighting around before. The glass, the shattering vampires. They don't look like them. Um, yeah.
Was that a Death Knight?
What about Meth Knight? What?
Death Knight is what this one looks like. Almost. Excuse my outburst.
So, yeah. As you guys entered this cave, as you guys came downstairs, you heard a voice as we ended up the evening last time. So as you were hammering in, you heard a voice uh, coming from across the room, and he says, "Why you are?" He was asking you, "Why you guys hunting me? Who are you guys, and why are you hunting me?"
I'm gonna let my charismatic teammates take over for that one.
What have you done to the mayor?
He looks at you and goes, "I have done personally nothing to the mayor, and why is it your business?"
What do you know has been done to the mayor?
Listen, this town, this is no place for a hero. You're meddling in things that you don't even understand.
Good thing we got 5 heroes.
He says,
Cue the music! I'm kidding, but continue.
Uh, he looks at you and he goes, "You got to do math. I count 6."
Oh, are we counting Beans in this?
I guess Beans is well, you said 5. Well,
Or am I forgetting someone?
no, Beans is totally here with us, so he's counting Beans in his
Okay.
total.
Well, Beans, I'm sorry, but we're the 5 heroes.
And the badass riding lizard.
Yeah. Beans is cool, but we're the 5 heroes.
He's like, "Thanks, guys. I appreciate it." um, hold on, I gotta pull up my fucking actual work here, you guys. You gotta pull up the work. Actually, no, it's over here. Um, but you haven't answered me. Who are you? You you were chasing us. Do you even know who I am?
I mean, he's got a good point.
And next question is where is that guy that was with you at the House of Goth? Who is he? Is he a part of your doing? Do you know whose house you're in by any chance?
We're in our house.
As he grins and he chuckles, he laughs, but yet he holds as he's laughing. He holds his stomach as you can see that there is like he is he is Timberlake and he's shirtless, hairy as fuck because he is a half werewolf, but he does have like a big bandage on his side. And hold on, I totally. Why
I think
is
it's
it?
about time that
Oh,
you and your vampire sucking motherfuckers, all of your friends, get the hell out of town.
Yeah, we're here for Snoop. Theo double G.
And again, he laughs and he goes, "Does it ever cross your mind that this might be a setup? Maybe he's sending you in for your own death? You're like, I've seen you around. You guys came in. You come in. You perform on a rooftop. You get everybody's crowd attention, and then you come charging us, and for what? Why are you doing this? Who are you?"
Why do you hate goth girls?
I don't hate goth girls.
Why are you turning them into vampires?
I don't turn them into vampires. They
Huh?
I,
No.
I give them what they want. I suck their blood. They get off on it. They live. They feed me. I don't kill them. Why would I kill them? It's like killing
No,
my
you transform
food
them.
source.
From where we come from, that's called luring a minor. And you could get 10 to 15 for that.
This is how we're gonna play this off.
This is Peppertown, and this is the house of Akersha, the goddess of vampires, and we are her children. And there's a blood pact that has gone back thousands of years before time into this town. And if you care to interrupt it now, that would be foolish on your part.
Why is that?
Guys, I really don't want a vampire god to be hating on us, honestly, because that
There's
doesn't
no
sound.
such thing as vampire gods.
Yeah, that's what you say right now until one fucking comes and eats our dicks off.
No, these people are using that as their fucking. They're telling you lies. There's no vampire god. We'd have seen her by now.
Why would a god come see lowly humans to her?
So there is a smart one out of all of you. There is a one with brains that thinks.
We're not worthy.
And
So
he gets up and he kind of walks. Oh, hold on. I'm on the wrong. He walks over between these two gentlemen that have shields and swords and helmets and look very heavily armored. And as he walks over there, Carson comes walking out around the corner and stands right there. And he looks at you. So are you gonna just come into my house and not introduce yourself? Where's your manners?
I mean, not wrong.
Yeah, we're fighting their demons upstairs. They got traps and a bunch of evil shenanigans going on.
I mean, not our house.
I
would do the same.
There's traps for intruders. So obviously you have intruded, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
But this is our house, and you guys are the ones intruding.
And he laughs and he goes, "You're saying that you own the house of Russia, the goddess of vampires, my mother."
Why we gotta do this?
Your mother. When did she die?
She's not dead.
She's not dead. She's a god.
Where is she?
With all the other gods.
He's just pointing. He's like, "You don't listen to your friend here." But yeah, she put it this way: Wahlberg was an idiot, and we'll let that one slide. If you tell us who was that man that was with you that slayed him, and two, I can't even think of what two was. So we'll just let it slide. Wahlberg is an idiot, but you leave this house now without any more interruptions. So I see Mike and Duncan over there with the chest. And Duncan, I can't remember if you are demon form at this present moment or not.
Oh.
I'm
I'm
pretty sure you are.
am. Yeah.
So you know, sneaky.
I mean, he can sneaky sneak. He's still a demon.
True.
He's just a demon. So,
Mike looks over at Duncan and just says, "I got bored with all the talking. They're not saying much. They just like to talk a lot. What do you think are in these?
We could find out. There's no reason not to.
Eh.
You guys, you're just gonna make this worse for us.
Do I see them trying to break into those boxes
Give me a
there?
We're
perception.
not breaking in yet.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're just
Well, I mean,
standing in the
you-
corner.
yeah,
We're
you-
having.
Wait, are you guys invisible or are you not invisible?
Oh, I just wandered over.
Okay, so-
Mike got bored
Yeah.
with the talking and wandered over.
I followed my mushroom.
So yeah, you saw them walk over.
Okay. I'm gonna say to Timberlake, well, if you think you're so awesome at music, can you do this? And I'm gonna take my bass out and I'm gonna create a javelin and I'm gonna hurl it at the table behind him and teleport to on top of the table right here. And then I'm gonna say ta-da.
And he turns around and he claps at you, and he says, "That's a cute parlor trick." And he takes he takes a deep breath in, and he goes, "You're not the creatures you look, are you?" He's like, "Who are you and where are you from?
Who's your daddy and
And
what?
what does he do?"
All right. I'm gonna keep going with this, guys, unless anyone else wants to answer. I'm going to make my voice boom up to 3 times as loud as normal.
Oh God.
And I'm going to say, "We have been sent by he who is only known as him."
Can I get a performance check?
Raise my
please?
arms above. Huh?
Can I get a performance check?
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
I got a 17.
He looks. Timberlake looks amazed, and he's like, "Not bad for a trickster." And with that, he kind of smiles, and as he smiles, his mouth starts beaking out into werewolf form,
Oh God.
and he's transforming. He's all, "This is what I can do."
Oh God.
Um.
You best make a fucking javelin and get back over to me, bro.
I think
You
Mike at that point.
If he's gonna start fighting.
I think Mike at that point goes, shit. It's like, are you saying you want to do the thing we did last time? What did we do? That's right, we kicked your ass and you ran away. You want to do that again? Is that why you're doing that?
Why do we gotta agitate this guy?
He said, "Well, last time I had the mirror the mirror vampires. This time I have real reinforcements." And these guys come walking
Wait,
down.
let's take a step back from that. You need reinforcements. I think you could have just stopped at that. So really, we don't.
Again,
Also, what's in the boxes?
items. Once you find out, and he kind
Oh.
of chuckles.
Does Timberlake look bloodied still?
He looks like he's bandaged, but it's been a few hours, or it's been like a half a day. You guys have had a long rest and a short rest, so he's basically have had a chance for a long rest and a short rest as well.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
With that, Beans gets really excited about him saying, "Go ahead and see." And
Oh God,
jumps
you're gonna
on
die.
This.
Mike takes a step back and kind of giggles to himself.
Open this one. second.
Yeah, I'm back. What'd I miss?
We're about to die.
Sweet.
This one, and I gotta go. Sorry.
Is he opening that up right now?
Yup.
Ian?
Yeah.
Beans open up a chest.
Yup.
What's the blue spot?
I don't know.
So as Beans opens up the chest. Oh, I can't have that? Oh, you sons of bitch. I can't have either one of those? Well,
While Beans is doing that, Mike just sends a message to everybody saying, I feel like I'm a little under half power at this point. Just letting you know.
We're all pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's everybody else feeling?
Maybe we should disengage.
I was trying to tell y'all that, but nobody wants to listen to the guy trying to make sense out of this whole thing.
I mean, it'd be nice if we could get them all to group up. I feel like we could hit them real hard as a group.
I ain't got no AoE spells, so like.
I could turn off the lights on these motherfuckers.
I could cast fireball on them.
They're vampires. You don't think
What?
they can't see in the dark?
You can't see in magical darkness unless you've got devil sight, which is rare.
So yeah, so
I could
myself,
keep
I think Mike and who is it? Tyler? Do you have Devil Sight or no? That's Pilgrim.
Tyler does when he's in his demon form.
Okay, so and he's in demon
Yeah.
form. So then
Yeah.
Pilgrim, who's Dags. I think I'm finally starting to get the name associations. You also have Devil Sight, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 3 out of 6. That's not bad. 3 out of. I mean, that just leaves Hans and Jace. How large is the darkness?
Darkness is a 15-foot radius. So I would hit these 4 people.
Okay, so we could do that.
Yeah.
And then Jason Hans could hit this guy over here that's would be out of it, and
Or
then
we could
we got him double
Talk our
teamed.
way out of it, like the way he makes it sound like we can.
Hmm?
Could. We
We don't
could
have
talk
to
our
fight
way out of it.
everybody.
So, or we could just challenge this guy to a music contest, some form of guitar battle.
Oh, I like that the best.
Is the battle of bands.
We don't need to fight.
If we lose, we can still kick his ass.
Exactly.
I like that. Who's the talky person? Make with the talking.
Yeah.
I got
You
I got
talk.
plus 10 to performance and persuasion.
You got this.
okay.
Oh god.
So you got a plan? I got these set up. So as that happened, the box in front of Beans jumps up in front of Beans and tries to bite him. Beans backs up and he's like, whoa! Shit. Fucking mimics. And he's like, out, puts his hands up and, and walks away.
Oh thank god.
I'm gonna take a goblet of wine off the table and light a cigarette and drink the wine.
How do you know that's not blood, bro?
I
That's
would
all
know if it was
Yeah.
retro.
Okay.
Little blood never hurt nobody.
And the
Say.
last vampire told me that they don't
Can
drink.
you give me a history check?
Me?
Yes, sir.
History?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. 17.
Ooh.
It tastes a little copper to you. It definitely is
I
blood.
spit it out. God damn it.
I
Fucking
told
vampire.
you.
Now he's a tiefling demon vampire.
Right.
Fucking
And
vampire.
so Timberlake just chuckles. He's like, "What? You know, boar blood isn't your thing." He's like, "I don't.
I
We
was
don't
gonna say-
kill humans. Again, we feed them."
I'm going to.
So can I ask Timberlake an interesting question that just popped into my head, and I want to see if you can what your status on this is, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
So before we get into whatever we're gonna get into, Mr. Timberlake, I have an interesting question for vampires that I would like answered if you would be so kind.
He said, "Go on."
Do the different types of blood taste different?
Yes, he's like, unfortunately, we're forbidden to drink high elves, and they are the best tasting blood you'll have. Uh, creatures.
Wait, this guy's bullshitting. I saw dead high elves somewhere along the way. Where was it? Oh yeah, it was up in the Battle of the Band spot. They were gonna do their performance, and then they sucked.
He's like, we would have sucked if someone didn't interfere, which I call bad sportsmanship. Bad sportsmanship.
Wait, were they taking
Still,
performance
What are
enhancing
you talking about? Who
remember
interfered?
there were the
You don't remember
the
the high
dead
elf
elves?
dead in the fucking room?
Dead
that
high
fight
elves.
too? Yeah.
So they're taking performance enhancing drugs.
Oh,
Forbidden to
then
drink
who's the
high
bad
elves,
sport now?
and they drank high elves before their performance.
And he looks at you and he
Disqualified.
goes, and this is why Wahlberg is an idiot, and this is why we won't say anything to the Queen about
Oh
you killing
shit.
him. But that's where it draws.
Okay, well then, honestly, I don't know what to do about Snoop then, because what was Snoop's thing? Because
He
if,
wanted us to kill the vampires.
Well, he
yes,
wanted us to
Not
deal
like-
with them. He didn't say kill.
true that.
So,
So do you got some kind of beef with Mr. Snoop, Mr. Timberlake? Because
He's
if we leave here without something or some kind of agreement or something, I'm thinking we're gonna have to go fight Snoop.
he's
Then
he's upset. He's upset that Ed came into town and now he's just basically security. And he thinks taking care of us is gonna take care of him. But I don't want to deal with the fuck Quids, the Lich King, the fucking Grand Lich, and he kind of looks at you, Pilgrim, from standing toe to toe with him, and he kind of sniffs you with his big old fucking
Snoz.
werewolf snoz, and he goes, "You're in my space."
I'm going to.
Oh God, please be nice. I'm so close to getting out of this and getting some backup to fight Snoop. So
I'm going to pull out a blank sheet of paper, and I'm going to say, Mr. Timberlake,
can I have your autograph?
can I please have your autograph?
He looks at you,
you said
and he's
please.
like, he like, give me a performance check on this.
Oh God.
Not deception?
No, deception, yes.
Okay. A 21.
And he's just kind of like, to the obnoxious tiefling.
Oh, you don't have to write anything. And I pull out another sheet of paper and I just put it down and I just want your autograph right here. And I point to the bottom of the paper.
Oh God.
And he looks,
I'm putting it in my I got a scrapbook of autographs of great musicians at home, and I'm going to add this to the collection right here, right. I'm gonna draw a line at the bottom.
He reaches down and he gives it a little signature.
I am
Thank you very much.
interested where your brain is gonna go with this one.
I fold this up, and I say, you know what, you're right. We should settle this at the Battle of the Bands, like gentlemen.
But I would also like your
And
help.
I look at the rest of the group and I say, guys, I think we got everything we need.
Okay.
I mean, we can tell them that the whole house is basically cleared out. We don't have to tell them that we found this area. That makes sense. They can come and check it out themselves. They'll find quite a mess. I think that'll work.
Talk about like
That
this.
should settle the dogs.
Oh god,
I'm like, can I like telepathically link with Mike?
we all
Yeah,
are.
you basically just think. I mean, you can just always think of it as Mike's ready to relay stuff at a like instant's notice. Like as soon as you say something to me, and because it's all telepathic, so you just say something to me and then say for Duncan, and then I can repeat it immediately. Think
Well,
like
I'm just,
it's telepathy basically.
I'm gonna think in my head, Mike. I'm gonna write a document that says that they killed and drank high elf blood before their performance, and we're gonna get them disqualified from the Battle of the Bands.
I knew you were doing something.
Yeah,
I didn't know what
that.
you were doing, but you definitely got his signature on whatever bullshit you write down.
And I got his autograph on another piece of paper, but I had him do it twice.
Okay, I think we just need to make our adieu and say it in a way that makes him feel like he's won, that we're afraid, and that we hope that the Battle of the Bands will settle it. I'm sure he's confident he'll win.
Just
So
remember,
I'm gonna open up my briefcase and I'm gonna hurl a bottle of
What?
whiskey to Timberlake, not Adam, but I expect him to catch it.
You mean toss it like a
here.
softball,
Yeah.
slow
Yeah.
pitch?
Like a.
I'm gonna just hurl it over to him, and I'm gonna say, "Listen, no bad blood, but
no pun intended.
but I think that yes, we have decided to show mercy on you today, and we will look forward to destroying you in the competition later."
And he
I
looks
look
at
at
you. And
I
he's
love. I
like,
look at Timberlake, and before he answers, and I'm like, "Please excuse my interesting tiefling friend. He did. He just has random outbursts like this from time to time."
And then I'm gonna sneeze darkness
Oh
all over them as we leave.
and you just hear him say, "Fucking cute, Tiefling, cute."
He magically crop dusted him on the way out.
No doubt. I guess we proceed.
Even within that darkness period, if anyone wanted to like steal from one of these that's not a mimic, they'd have a chance, right?
There's still the one over here.
I'll just put the darkness like where nobody can see it, like here-ish.
Oh, like a shield.
Yeah, like a shield. You can't see through the
Gotcha.
darkness. So.
Gotcha.
So
I mean,
I don't have
so it's 30 foot across.
It's 30 feet across, yeah. So I could do it like this.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like
Or whatever.
you'd end up. I don't know that you could actually really.
Could just put.
I don't think you could quite cover. I don't think you could quite cover. Maybe if you hit this angle. Yeah, if you hit that angle. There's an angle you could hit where it would cover everything. So yeah, you could do that. You could do that. Looks like.
What say you, blanks?
do whatever you want. So as you cover the darkness, and he sits there, and as I said, he laughs and goes, "Cute, Tiefling, cute," and he's like, "We'll definitely finish this tomorrow at the fucking finale of the bands." And yeah, if you guys are gonna walk out, he's gonna let you go. Beans is kind of curious. He's looking at everything again. And he doesn't want to necessarily go back.
I tell Duncan, I'm like, you want to poke the other two chests real quick? Hee
I
Real quick.
mean,
Real
okay.
quick.
Who would keep a mimic as a pet?
Werewolf vampire asshole.
Yeah.
I'm a kick. Oh, you're gonna go for that one? I'll go for this one. We'll kick them real quick. 1, 2, 3. I guess you'll probably pick it, but I'm gonna kick it.
Jelly legs.
20 sleight of hand on a
20
trust.
sleight of hand. You pop the lock. And you, Nikos, or not Nikos, I'm sorry. You, Mike, 22 hit.
Oh, of course it hits.
Huh? Yeah.
You take 5 damage plus
Okay.
4 acid damage.
Okay. Mike disengages and goes, "Well, I guess you won the shell game."
And as
Also,
you open,
the mimic is now tripping fucking balls.
it sure is. As you open your chest, oh man, I gotta go here for a second. You look inside and you see a silver 6-inch rod. And
Ooh.
you can add to your inventory Steely Dan.
Steely Dan?
Steely Dan. It is a 6-inch rod that has 3 charges a day. You may thrust it into the ground to cause earthquakes to knock down opponents around you. I can't remember all the damage, and I don't have it up in front of me. On its 3rd charge, as you thrust it into the ground, it will shoot up. I think it's a 1d4 of geysers, knocking over X amount of enemies where I choose the geysers to shoot up from.
Well, damn.
Whoa.
Cool.
That is dope.
Yeah, it's not for me,
Word.
guys. Maybe that's for Mike. Do you need a
Yeah.
weapon, Mike? You need a rod?
I mean, I'll admit I haven't figured out the rod thing yet. I don't know where it is. I'm sure it's somewhere on me. I haven't
It could
found
be in
it
your
yet.
hands.
But with the Steely Dan, you could just have it because this is a 6-inch amazing device that really gets things moving.
I mean, I get to gain an inch. Mike's down.
You may
Like,
add
I get a whole nother
Steely Dan
inch.
to your
Let's
inventory.
go.
Yeah, I'll remove it and you can add it. And I'll just give
Okay.
it to you. Steely Dan. Add it to your inventory.
It's probably
Did the last line of
Should
that weapon?
should I pick the other things, guys?
There's
Yeah.
other things?
Mimics.
Do mimics?
Oh no! Don't no. They're mimics. There's nothing to pick.
Yeah, they're just gonna attack.
I don't think
Time.
they're just
think
gonna
it's
bite
extra
you.
Yeah,
They didn't
and
try to-
I'm just not making them chase you.
Okay.
I think it's time for
So-
us to leave.
Yep, for sure.
Bye.
Alright. Bye.
So as you guys
Bye.
leave this room and you make your way upstairs, and you make your way towards the front door, as you open the front door, standing in front of you is
Snoop Dogg.
the full army, with Snoop Dogg and whatnot on the side of them. And they look at him and they look at you and they're like, I don't think they came in here to do what you said you told us they were going to do. They don't look too bloody as they kind of look at Duncan. And they're like, minus him. And he looks at him again and he's like, but other than that, I don't think that they were here to do what you think they meant to do.
So I look at the guard captain and I said, "What do you think we came here to do, sir? If you don't mind me asking."
Yeah, I'm just sitting there laughing as he
He's
addresses
like,
me.
I heard that you came here to murder uh, Timberlake and Carson. That's what they said, that they had intelligence that they heard, and obviously they should go check their intelligence, because this obviously was completely wrong
And
and
I
kind of
heard when
upsetting, and wasting of time. And they kind of look at them very angrily, and they're like, uh, "We were actually gonna have to like talk to you at the," and they look
So
surprised.
before they finish what they're doing, I want to like telepathically tell everybody like, hey, I think this is where we tell the cops this and maybe get Mr. Timberlake's help on this
Can
by
somebody like
hey
insight?
quickly.
Can we insight check them?
Well, hold on. Before you guys all do that, I want to quickly just fill
Can we
out the
just see
rest
if
of
they're telling
Yeah,
the
that's what
truth
I'm saying.
though?
Yeah, that's
I
what
just,
I'm gonna tell him the truth, but I was gonna
Oh,
say
guards,
have Eggs finish filling out that paper, but
yeah,
have
that's
it
you
be
can
one.
like
incite
saying that
guards.
Timberlake was
Right.
like this is Timberlake's signature saying that well our story is true, and then if need to come see Timberlake who's still downstairs in the basement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it will be. We'll just, I'm just gonna write on the paper like, uh,
These
we
boys,
murdered those we murdered those high elves and drank their blood to give us an unfair advantage in the battle of the bands.
I wouldn't
And
even go that far. I would literally just make it so that Timberlake was be on our side this whole time and just get rid of Snoop. This way, because if you put it like that, you're just gonna piss them off, and then they're gonna end up coming at us again, and we're gonna have a vampire queen and a vampire god coming to like kill us.
but
And
they'll
we're
be dismissed from the battle of the bands, right?
yeah, but who cares? We're gonna beat their asses anyways. We don't need to do this to make them just
But
give
it
up.
didn't Snoop want us to take care of the vampires?
Yeah, but if we get rid of Snoop, who gives a fuck?
I think we're getting
But
double
wouldn't,
crossed.
but wouldn't
Yeah,
this
by Snoop.
technically
Oh, we
take
are.
care
Absolutely.
of the
Double-crossed.
vampires without killing them?
Say that again, Diggs. I didn't catch that.
Wouldn't disqualifying them take care of what Snoop had asked us to do by getting them disqualified, but not killing
I,
them
I
and
don't know.
enraging Snoop in this army of whatever that's coming after us now?
But they're not going to right now because right now they're completely okay because we didn't kill anybody other than the people upstairs maybe, but they already
I mean,
don't. They're already mad at Snoop and gonna have an issue with him. So why not just get him thrown in jail and just not get the vampires? If like you do it like that, I guarantee you we're gonna have all the vampires on our ass later on.
yeah,
Doesn't
save
we
the
have
paper
to
for
get out of
Snoop
the battle of
so
the
that
band?
we get Snoop off our back, and then Snoop's already being discredited because his intelligence was wrong. We didn't kill Timberlake.
Yeah, but if we tell the cops the truth and have it be like Timberlake was on our side by using this paper, it'll just be even more proof to just get rid of Snoop and his entire operation. But I don't. I'm. That's just me.
So I'll write down whatever y'all think. I don't like either way. I'm cool with either one of those ways.
I think we're better off saving it as an ace in the hole
Okay.
because we can write. It's still a blank check.
I
You
mean,
know, we can pull it out and write whatever we need whenever we need it.
Okay.
You
So
know,
I'll just keep
right now they're already discredited, and we've already have an agreement with the vampires to play it out in the band battle. So
yeah.
and we can go to Snoop and say, "Hey, we dealt with them.
We don't
They're
even have
dealt
to
with."
go to Snoop anymore at this point.
He's
'Cause
right there.
well, he's right there, and he just literally double crossed us. We were gonna
Yeah.
do him shit,
he
and
double
then
crossed us.
yeah, he told
Yeah,
the
that's why all the cops are
that's
here.
why the cops are on our side now.
I got you. I'm with you 100%. All right. Cool.
What I mean, because the cops are already like, all right, well, they obviously didn't do what you told us that they were gonna do because nobody's bloody other than Duncan, because well, he's fucking like an imp right now.
He trips a lot.
But-
He trips a lot.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
so right now they don't think we did anything wrong, which we really didn't, other than killing the people upstairs. But that's irrelevant. We didn't do anything to the people downstairs, which is what we agreed upon. So they're all safe downstairs. And
All
the
right.
cops are like, hey, you totally just lied over here because they obviously did not kill anybody because nobody seems to have taken massive damage. or
Yeah, even if they searched the house, they were all glass vampires, so there's
Yeah, they all
no
shattered.
evidence, and all the mirror creatures kind of shattered to dust too, and
Yeah.
the goth girl
it's fine.
fucking disappeared, and then the other one doesn't know what the fuck happened because she got her ass knocked out. So basically, we're in the clear right now. We can just walk away.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
didn't do anything wrong in their eyes, so they're not even looking at us. That's why I'm saying we could literally just put Snoop in jail by making Timberlake kind of be on our side on this with that letter if we were going to choose it like that. But we don't have to. We can keep it like he said as a blank check. But we could literally just tell the cops what we were told to come here to do, but we didn't do because Timberlake, quote unquote, talked us out of it. And you could even show him the signature of the actual
with the
autograph
yeah,
as proof that
dude,
he's still alive down
we're
there,
friends.
sorta. Because now we're friends.
Yeah,
We got his.
booyah, love
what I
you.
So we could tell the truth right now and potentially just get him thrown right into jail.
Or at least discredited.
Yeah, big time by you pulling out that your fan paper, not the one that we have for the blank check.
So,
Yeah, I'm totally with that.
All right. So before we do that, I'm just going to put my hands behind my back and use my hatchet to just lightly cut my palm so that there's a little bit of blood, just a tiny bit.
Okay.
Okay. Take 1d4 damage.
2d4?
1d4.
1d4.
It's a point of damage. Let it be.
Come on. You telling me when you cut your finger at work accidentally or just like prick it on something it doesn't hurt and you don't bleed? You don't take
Oh no, it
damage?
hurts. You take
No. Wouldn't it be a 1d6 plus 3, though?
No.
I mean, you were doing a control cut to your hand. I was just trying to get something out of it. I'm not like.
All right. Then
Not
I take 3 damage.
I mean, if you really want to go with your 3d6, sure. I was just.
It's 1d6 plus 3, but it's no big deal. I got 3 damage. I've got a little bit of blood on my palm. I'm going to pull out the autograph that has like the note from Timberlake, and I'm going to hand it to the police. I'm going to say,
Well, hold on. We didn't explain. We did not explain any of that to them. Right now, he was talking to Snoop, and I interrupted Blanks to like communicate this all with you guys beforehand.
okay, then I'm just going to cut my hand, and I'm going to hand you the paper, Jace.
Okay, I was gonna say because we didn't. I didn't even get into throwing.
You take care of it from here, though.
I will. That's fine.
Okay.
So yeah,
yeah.
as Dick Johnson is over there. Commander Dick Johnson is talking to.
Can I like interrupt him and be like, actually, sir, we actually were supposed to come here to take care of some kind of business, and the person that told us to come here to take this some kind of business was actually Mr. Snoop because we kind of, I guess, made him angry through something. I don't know. My other buddies behind me dealt with it. I wasn't really there, so I can't. All I remember is business. Kind of hairy on the whole thing, but we were supposed to come here and do some shady business, and we ran into Mr. Timberlake downstairs, and he was actually laughing because we were, having a little talk about things before anything actually happened, and he was telling us a good thing about like possibly this being a setup or something, but that, anyways, gets into this whole kind of thing, and we're talking to him, and I realized that he was a pretty cool guy, and we actually, right here, we got his autograph. Well, my buddy, the tiefling back here, who's a little woohoo, likes to be a trickster, got his autograph and everything. So, like, if you really want to ask him, he's still down there and everything. We just kind of left now because, well, we had nothing.
He looks and he's like, "What's the blood?"
I don't.
It's from my hand. I'm sorry, officer. I'm such a klutz. I fell against a suit of armor, and I cut my palm, and my buddy here was the only thing close by, and it kind of just got all over him.
And Mike hits Duncan with a soft little hit of sleepy time.
Sleepy time.
All
and
right.
and kind of snuggles up to him and just
Yep.
gives him a shoulder,
I just kind of
you know,
wrap around
to
it.
lean on.
I'd like to think I wrap around your leg. Because, like, I'm very small and you're very large.
It's
So, like,
true.
just kind of, like, wrap around your foot. Like, leg. You just kind of
And then he
sedate
kicks me.
No, I'm just sleepy, you know.
Is his texture
as
like
you
a memory
calm
foam?
down and become peaceful, your horns start to descend in, and your tail starts to kind of go away, and you start coming back into Duncan with the fancy mustache.
Okay.
Mustache.
And your demon just kind of descends
Goes.
away. Um,
Sounds good. Good to me.
Beans comes trickling out and like stops and stuns and looks around and goes, "You guys get into way more trouble than I could possibly imagine." And he looks over at you, Duncan, and he's like, "You're a pretty good thief, though." And if you
What
ever
were you doing? What were you doing with the fucking vampires, Beans?
He's like, "I was coming for that cool device that you had, or that mic, that the giant mushroom has." He's like, "I'm taking the cloak as a runners up, but yeah, I was coming here to rob them. They have really cool things."
Yeah,
And
well, we saved you.
he's like,
You should probably just give me your
I looked
cloak.
at Beats and I said, dude, you might want to shut up. The popos are right out front.
and he stops and he looks, and he's like, folds up, he takes off the cloak, folds it up, and you can get Death's cloak. And he says, "Thanks for the help. I appreciate you saving me." He's like, "You also ever need us, you know where we can be found." And he kind of gives you a secret handshake. Um, and he's like, "Welcome to the Thieves Guild." And he kind of scampers off.
Damn right.
Ooh, Ty getting into the guild. Well, but he was sleeping.
I woke up. I turned back into Ty.
He turned back into Duncan.
Okay, not Ty. You're not Ty.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Not. He was not Azrael.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Making sense.
So he looks at you. He looks at the paper. He kind of sees the thief run off in the corner, and he's like, "I think I've seen him on a poster before."
Really? That's the first time I ever met that guy. He seemed interesting.
But he's like, "I got bigger problems right now." He kind of turns to Snoopy and G and Nate, and he kind of just be like, "We're gonna need to go talk." And he kind of puts his arms out, and he directs all the soldiers, and as they're going around,
Can I take a look around like the group of cops and soldiers and see if my girlfriend's here?
you sure can.
Hey, no. Hey, I hope
Sorry, I just want to see my girlfriend. Really
no
quick.
doubt, bro. That's awesome. I forgot all about her.
So you see her, and she looks at you. She smiles.
Oh, she's so happy.
And she kind
Killed.
of walks up, and she kind of gives you the stink eye, Jay.
I just kind of hold my head
And
down.
she's like, "I am so glad that everything didn't happen that I heard was happening." She's like, "This weird thing." She pulls out your phone. "This weird thing keeps lighting up, and it says things, and then the message, and I don't know how to get the message back. But it says things that made me really concerned, and I was really upset. And I'm glad that everything
Oh boy,
is
I forgot she had that.
okay, and I am happy that you're not the murderer that I think you are, or I thought you were, and I apologize for thinking that you were that type of person."
So, can I just quickly send a telepathic message to everyone? And be like, "This is what happens when we think things through. Sometimes, boys. We don't have to kill everything."
Can I take the phone from her and say I got you a much better present, and I'm gonna hand her a fiddle that I took from another room in the house?
She says, "Nope, you told me this is the strongest evidence, and you wouldn't let him have the laser."
Oh, that
True.
is true. That
True.
is true. You know what? That's why I love you, babe.
And she gives
Um,
you a kiss. And she's like, "Can you play the fiddle?"
Oh, he can totally play the fiddle, baby.
I can play similar instruments to it. I think I could get the gist of it. I play bass pretty heavily all the time.
And she's
I
like,
think
"I love fiddle." And
I'm
as you guys are talking, you realize come walking up slyly, stashily is a little kitty cat, and the little kitty cat slyly, stashily kind of walks up and starts kind of rubbing between your feet, um, Duncan, and it's kind of purring, and all of a sudden it transforms, and all of a sudden you see Raven, and she's there, she smiles, and she kind of like looks at all you guys, and she puts her fingers up and goes, shh. She looks at Mike and whispers, uh, get Pilgrim's attention, and as you do that, uh, she waits for you to get his attention, and when you do, she slits open the plane in front of you, and you guys kind of see like a weird kind of portal just cut right in the middle of the fabric of reality, and she steps through, and she kind of like beckons you guys with like a finger to come through with her.
How
I think
tall is the portal?
we're about to go through a portal, guys. It looks like Raven. He's
Yeah.
already.
Oh, excuse
I'm
me.
gonna look at
Since
Duncan. I'll follow
I'm
Duncan.
gonna
you only
immediately
have to, you
follow.
only have
Yeah.
to duck.
Yeah, I'm going in after my homeboy Duncan.
I'm immediately following.
I'll head in.
All right,
Thanks.
I'm
I
gonna
should just
get.
as I go in, I look at Pilgrim Bro. Say goodbye and tell her I'm sorry as I jump into the portal.
Mm.
He's
I'm
the
gonna
last one to go through.
I'm gonna kiss my girlfriend on the cheek, and I'm gonna like swing my hand and smack her on the ass as she's walking away. Uh, and I'm gonna wink at her and light a cigarette with my fingertip, and then I'm gonna
Kinky.
walk. I'm walking.
Lots, lots of kinkiness.
Mike, Mike goes and gets Nancy and Susan and kind of tries to herd them in. Susan has a bit of trepidation, but I get her to go in.
Can you give
Nancy's
me
real
an
fucking
animal
confused.
handling, please?
Yeah,
On both of them.
yeah. Mike hums a little to himself and gently gives himself a little bit of come on, where's the fucking button? Where, God damn it. I'm just gonna roll it here. Gives him a couple extra and guidance.
Was
Oh, which totals out to 13.
awesome. Yeah, so they kind of like groan and like make the cute little lizard noises, and they follow you along.
All right, and then I duck down and I get on my hands and knees and I crawl through
So
unceremoniously.
as you guys go through this portal, you just out. It's like walking from day to night. You're walking literally into a gray, shadowless, shadow-esque area. Um, this is where you look around. You see a lot of different midnight elves that kind of basically look like Jace or like Leo and Raven. You see a bunch of them just kind of walking around doing their daily chores, which is kind of weird because even like their what looks like to be food or bread that they're selling look like a a like them as like they would look, which is they are grayish with like smoke kind of bellowing off of them. Features they have features you can see features from them. They look like a shade, but they're solid. They definitely solid mass to them, and they all just kind of look the same. They all kind of have clothes. They look like they have clothes, but the clothes is again, very it's the only thing that differentiates pretty much them in their style of hair. Um, and you're walking through the streets, and you can notice out from the distance that the only light that this place is given off of is this beacon from like off in the distance. And as you see Raven, she's just kind of like pointing at you guys and kind of like showing you where she needs to go or where you guys kind of need to go. You walk through the town and everybody's just kind of goggling at you and just like looking at you um, in surprise and awe. You hear whispers as you're walking through. Um, as this is happening, uh, Jace, you hear kind of a grumble in your head. Um, one is from the newer voice that you just heard,
Right.
and it's like, "We are fresh. We are almost ready to be born. Let us know what we must do." And
Oh.
the other voice you hear is
Oh.
Grim, and he's kind of like, "Why? Why are we back here?"
I kind of look at I kind of like in my head. What do you mean back here, Grim? You been here
He's like,
before?
This is where I'm from. This is where I was made." Um,
Wait, you mean like you as a scythe or you as my ego?
you use your ego.
Oh, okay.
You mean as a being, my sub being.
Yeah, as your being.
Um, and who else is there? Duncan, you kind of like hear Azrael in your head, just kind of like, kind of just he's doesn't know what's going on. He's like, this is new. Where are we? I've been to thousands of dimensions. I have no clue where we've been, and
I have no idea either.
This is the plane between the planes.
And as you guys get further close, you get up to a building that light is just kind of like just protruding off of in this gray dimension of nothingness but gray. That kind of looks like a ancient Greek building, like the temples that they used to worship their gods. And you go walking into the building. Um, as you get closer, you hear a voice. First voice. Oh, where am I? Come back. As you're being walked up, it says, "It has been judged." As you get closer, you hear a different voice. Sounds this time like it's giving advice to whoever it's talking to. Um, try this. Hold on. So as you
Oh,
walk
hey,
in,
it's Leo. Uh-oh, is Leo getting judged? What'd Leo do?
you see what looks like Earl Dimebag on top of a body of a.
Is that his penis holding something
I
up?
I was thinking that it's like a lady with the song.
Yeah, with the giant sausage holding a bag of something up. God damn. Dick to be holding all that shit up. Excuse
Greeks
me,
are strong.
continue. Yeah, no doubt. God damn.
So
Church of
you don't have to roll perception on that one. So
Clearly, you don't need to roll perception on that one. If you can't see that, you better go get your motherfucking eyes checked.
Do we make a save versus intimidation on that?
Yeah. Jesus. So, but that's like horse cock on steroids.
The goddess tripod.
they didn't
The
call it
god
that.
tripod.
So as you come in, you do see Leo. He's standing up there, and as you see Daryl Diamondback's head looking at him, he says, Is it true that you did not do what we have sent you to do? Lost track of your sister, and have not even shown up to help the band out within over 24 hours. And you see Leo kind of just nod his head. And have you done anything to help the situation? And he kind of just shakes his head no. And in front of him, you see a kind of like a ghost figure kind of thin, tall, and he looks at him and goes,
Talking about the
"Meta."
Fortnite avatar.
No, we're talking about this right
Okay.
here, the shadow.
Oh, the actual shadow looking thing. Okay.
And he goes, Merida, did you not help at all with this adventure? Weren't you supposed to guide him and let him know what you needed to do? And did you not even let me know that you guys have discovered Grim and where his whereabouts have been? And he just kind of just stands there.
So on hearing Grimm's name, can I be like, why are we talking about my buddy for?
He stops and he looks at you. Who dares interrupt court?
Never mind.
Too late. You have spoken up.
All right, well, it's me, Jace. And Grim is my partner, so I would like to know why you talking about him like that.
And he kind of looks at you and he goes, wait your turn to be judged.
Okay.
And looks back down at Jace and he goes,
You mean Leo?
Leo, sorry, thank you.
Yep.
And he says, you are now sent to go find your twin sister and bring her back to safety. And with that said, you must hand over your night elf armor. You have lost all use of this. And
Oh,
you see him
shit.
take off this like leather item off of himself, and he hands it onto the foot of the statue, and Maida disappears. And Jace kind of walks over, and you hear Dimebag look out of him and go, "Wait to be wait for sentenced," and then Cooper's face shows up onto the guy's body, and he looks over, and he asks for Raven to come up. And so as Raven comes up, he looks at her and goes, the only thing they have you for is that they let you slept on the bus and you let them lose the golden fiddle, the artifact. You know that's one of the artifacts that he needs, and you let this whole time, you let one of his generals ride with you, and you didn't say a thing, you didn't expose it. He's like, that's what they're gonna get you on. And she kind of just hangs her head low, and she looks really sad. And again, damn Bag's face turns over and looks at her and goes, how do you plead? And she just looks and she kind of shrugs, and he goes, I'm gonna sentence you with your brothers to go find your sister and bring her back safely. You know you're my favorite, and I trust you to lead them and keep your oldest out of trouble. And she just kind of nods and walks over here. And
So I'm getting really like they're like children of the gods vibey kind of deal.
And then all of a sudden, yes.
I'm getting Bill and Ted vibes.
With a hog like that, there's gonna be a ton of kids.
Right.
Looks over and he's like, I now sentence you, or I now send your execution to send you on your way to find your twin sister somewhere in Harmonia, probably by the dragon corpse, probably being held by Qudies. May God be with you. And opens up a dimensional portal, and they set up through. And
God damn.
they're
Goodbye,
gone.
friends.
And
Goodbye,
at
friends.
that point, he looks over at you guys. Oh, no, go stop it. And Alice Cooper comes back. Oh my god. This is so annoying. Group. Matt. Cooper. There we go.
Yeah.
No more Mr. Nice Guy.
No more Mr. Mr. Lean. And Cooper looks at you guys and goes, I've been expecting you. Welcome. Come. I am.
Threw up the horns.
He throws his dick amazingly somehow throws up the horns. Like, you don't even know how, because he doesn't have hands. So.
Mike, what are you doing?
And he looks at you and he goes, I apologize for my children and not having them explain or even try to help you guys along this. And I'm actually amazed that you've made it this far without even remotely using
The power
the
of
power
the
of your weapons, and your weapons are not even at full potential. And he kind of, like that point, kind of looks at all your weapons and he smiles and he goes, I am going to unlock your true power to your weapons. So anybody that now attacks, you're going to get a plus, instead of +1, you get a +3 to your attacks on your weapons. Some of you guys I can't add it to, like Duncan. I've actually published yours, so I can't physically add it. I could probably add it to Jace because I haven't published it, and everybody else I think I can. So Duncan, you instead of that +1,
Yeah, you already did.
2, you're gonna get a +3 to it. An extra
So
+3 on
Heard
top
that.
of it.
So
if
does
that's
that
a
affect?
+2 If that's a +2, you now all of a sudden you're a +5.
So does that affect Grim at all?
Yes.
Too.
That will affect Grim as well. So
That was supposed to be a +1 weapon this whole time?
Some of them, depending on what. Like mine was +2, so now they're up to +5.
Is it plus to hit or is it bonus damage?
bonus damage.
Sorry. Okay.
Oh, it's bonus damage?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Can I customize this still?
So there's no plus to hit though?
Nope.
No plus.
Oh.
That's still going to be on your strength and stuff. I'm sorry, I was explaining that bad.
No, you're good.
So as he says that, he's like, that should help with a little bit more of your adventure. He's like, as your counsel, I'm here to answer any questions. What questions do you have? Before I let Diamond take over. Before I let Judgment take over.
Yeah, so are you like all-knowing? Omnipotent?
No, I just know how to rock with the cock.
Ayo.
Right?
Mike raises his hand and goes, one who knows so much about the cock, where is mine?
He looks at you and he's like, you have the legendary Steely Dan. You don't need a cock with that.
Ayo.
Fair enough.
And he goes, "Ooh!"
Oop, I didn't mean to do
Can I
that.
raise my hand up?
And he goes, Pilgrim, come close. You are the wickedest bass player we knew, and I can't believe that it actually panned out that you guys we were rooting for you guys since day one. But Pilgrim, tell me, what's on your mind?
I overheard you chastising the Shadow People earlier, and you had mentioned that one of the generals was riding along with us.
And he nods and looks at you, and he goes, unfortunately, yes. The whole time, I believe he was going under us the alias of Robert Johnson.
Oh no!
That was the main general. He has that thing. He does a thing. He's a damn good performance. He's like, Raven has been riding with you guys the longest time, and he took your fiddle. And God knows what he's planning on doing with it, and I just hope it doesn't get to Quids.
No,
Yeah, we got soul, so.
Yeah.
And he looks at you, and he goes, you got what?
Yeah, we got his soul.
He's
I
like,
have soul,
you
and I
have
pull out the vial.
he's like, Raven doesn't have a soul. His soul's been gone forever. So he's like, he's from another dimension, and this is not his first life. So the soul that you have, and
Definitely not his.
kind of looks at you and goes, can I see the soul?
Yeah, we got it from. I bought it off Mr. Scratch.
And he looks at you and he goes, you know he's a devil, right?
Look at me, bro.
He's
And
like, you strive to be what he is. Tieflings, and first of all, he looks at you and he goes, I know what you are. You're no tiefling. You're a mortal man in a tiefling's body. And he's like,
got me, Alice. You fucking got me. But I wear it so well.
He's like, you do, and his dick gives you the horns.
And I am going to reach into my bag, and I'm while I'm reaching in, I'm looking at Alice. I'm saying we really need an artifact to be able to compete with Robert Johnson and the Golden Fiddle. Is there anything that you would be able to do to this fiddle here to, like, make it of equal power?
He's like,
if not more?
That fiddle, that's what your weapons are my power. And he kind of looks down and he goes, you can come out now. And all of a sudden, Grim pops out. And he's like,
whoa!
Hey.
What are you doing?
And in front of Grim, all of a sudden you see this other hooded, shadowy thing pull up in front. And he kind of bows down. And he's like, Lord. And he looks at you and goes, You've been hiding. He's like, you gonna send me judgment now on this one? And you guys can actually hear Grim for the first time and see what Jay sees. And he's like, I am not gonna punish you. You haven't done anything correctly wrong. And he goes, thanks. He's like, you must protect him. He is one of the chosens. And he's like, I've sensed that in him. He has the power. And he's like,
ooh, tickle me pink
as well. And at that point, he looks over and goes, this vial that you hold in your hand, Pilgrim, is the same that transformed Jace's pick. He's like, this is no soul. This is, in the wrong hands, a nuke in a bottle.
Oh, question.
That's why he sold it for a gold.
I'm going to hand the fiddle and the soul to Jace.
I take.
And ask him if he can put the nuke in a bottle in a fiddle.
We'll work on that, and definitely we'll see what we can do with that.
Okay, so I put that away for later.
Fucking nuke in a fiddle. Yes.
Sweet. I always like playing with.
He looks at you and he's like, I would definitely be careful when you open that bottle. There's something. And he kind of looks over at you, Duncan, and then he looks back over at you guys and goes, sinister in that bottle.
Oh, no.
Then it definitely needs to be put into, like, something that can hold it, like a fiddle.
Make the opposite of the golden fiddle.
Yes. Make the black fiddle.
Black fiddle, the devil's fiddle.
I mean, wouldn't that be God's
I'm
fiddle?
low-key kind of into that right now. We'll talk.
But the golden fiddle is the devil's fiddle, so doesn't that make it God's fiddle? Or is it Jesus's fiddle?
Even more sinister.
It's our fiddle.
Tard in the Battle Bard fiddle.
I'd like you ask the gods of rock there. Where are we supposed to head next? Where do you need us to go?
We're in
What
the
do we do?
middle of discussing that, I think.
So,
All this
first,
dialogue.
you guys, I apologize, and thank you for disrupting your lives to come for our selfish needs, but no one else could do this. You guys are the only ones that I feel have the capability of pulling off the stunt that we have sent you on. And first of all, I'd like to gravely apologize about your manager, Phil. He is in grave danger, and we'll get to him shortly.
Fuck that guy. He just up and left.
He's
He
like,
hurt my
yes, that is true, but he's also working on retrieving a artifact for Quids, and we cannot let him get to it to retrieve it. So,
fair.
yes, fuck that guy, but we need you to find that guy.
Fucking find that.
There goes his 10%.
Right? Out the window.
So, with all that said, I do apologize and thank you for coming here and going through everything that you have and what you've done. And you've been very quite impressive. You actually have just taken out the actual one of Quids'
Main.
generals. Sorry.
Ooh, see, I knew Snoop was a douchebag.
No. I was talking about Eddie.
Oh.
The
Oh, even better. But still, they're both douchebags.
I'm gonna take out the flag and I'm gonna stamp it into the ground when he says that.
In pride.
And he looks really impressed and he checks and he's like, now you have to deal with Eddie, the vampire from the mirror dimension. He was actually supposed to go and annihilate that town and switch out the real vampires. That vampires go back for generations and they have a understanding with the people that all coalesce in harmony. Eddie was there to wipe out the vampires and to take over, but he realized that they perform quite well, so he has now hypnotized the mayor and have him under control and have kind of pushed the dog syndicate into more crime than what they were in the beginning. So that doesn't surprise me that they try to set you in to take it out, feeling that they have control of Ed. And I hope that can clear that up for you folks.
Now we have to ally with Timberlake to save them vampires from other vampires from Mirror Dimension.
Pretty much is what it sounds like.
And we can't trust the mayor.
And you can't trust him.
Nah, because he hypnotized.
On top of that, Quiz is draining my power, so I can only help you guys so much. And he's draining my power through all this artifacts that he's been collecting after he found his first artifact. And that has sent us into this grove and have drawn you guys through this other dimension to stop him. He actually came from your dimension. The Harmonius has this weird storm every so often that catch people and drag them into the world. And when you stay so long, you actually become the creatures that you transform into. And you basically forget about your real life and you live here. I will promise you that I won't let that happen to you. I will send you back as soon as we stop Quids. Unless you guys want to stay, and then I'll let you guys live out your lives here.
As kings.
As kings. And he kind of looks at you and he goes, that's on your own doing. Whatever life you pick to stay here.
Pick a life rock.
I choose king.
And he's like, with my counsel, is there anything else you would like to ask? Anything else in knowledge that you need from me?
Yeah.
How'd you get such girth?
I'm sorry, what?
How'd you get such girth?
I was created.
Baby, I was born this way.
I was thinking one day
Born this
that,
way.
man,
I gotta be dick because I was fucking born.
and as I formed my body into what this is, It kind of happened. Just appeared. This is
You ever trip on it?
no. It's you know what's annoying? It's constantly hard. It holds up this bag all the time.
Um, is he a statue or is he like
He's a
a
statue
movable?
with like
Okay,
hands.
Rock hard.
Mike turns into a chimp.
Oh no.
Oh, please be nice to the god, man.
Desecrate the god.
And he just kind of casually rolls up and climbs up on him and is just like staring at the tip of his dick. And then he flops down and hangs from the end of the dick. And then he drops down and he goes, "Wow." Actually, no, he's still a monkey, so he just and then he just wanders off.
And what that?
Yep.
We're gonna get judged.
Mr. Cooper.
Yes, again, Pilgrim.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I hate to ask you this, but I just became the owner of a yellow submarine, but I don't know how to drive it. Is there any way that you can teach me how to drive it, or like maybe there's like a how-to book that I can get proficiency with?
He looks at you and he smiles and he's like, I was wondering about that. I watched you with that. And he's like, he kind of just grins and he's like, again, you can cut the BS with me, Pilgrim. and he kind of grins and he
All
looks
right,
at you
Alan.
and he goes,
Just give me proficiency.
it will come when it is needed.
Goddamn. All right.
Tried telling you before, bitch.
I need that proficiency so we can take the damn submarine.
You will eventually, he said.
All right. Well, I appreciate your insight. Oh, Dark One.
And he just like looks at you and he goes like, well, with that comment, it sounds for you to be judged. And his face switches over, and Dimebag Daryl with his big old grin and his old like powdery judge looking wig that he's wearing, he kind of just smiles, and he has more of a serious look than
I'm Wayne's worlding him right now.
You're waiting for what?
I'm Wayne's worlding.
Oh.
When Alice Cooper's in there and they're on their hands and knees bowing in front of him, we're not worthy.
And he goes, flattery will get you everywhere. And he looks at you and he's like, woo, and the dick then again does the horns. And he looks at you and he goes, I don't know where to start. And he's like, Duncan. He's like, it's not your fault. I understand. And he's
What?
like, that's the murder. I don't get that. I can't hold that to you. I'm gonna get you off on insanity.
I have a demon inside me.
He's like exactly not your fault.
Oh boy.
And he looks down at Grim and he just looks at Grim and Grim just looks at him and he goes, You were once my trusted right hand. I need you to guide Jace now. And he's like, your judgment is you still. He's like, you have done everything you needed to done. He looks at you, Jace. He's like, you have a lot to be grown and to grow, and you'll be fine.
Oh, thank God.
And he looks over at Hans, and he goes, master your sword and be the best frontman you can. And he's like, Mike kind of like watches him climb back up to go for the penis again. He's like,
No, he's going for the shoulder now. He wants to be up on the shoulder and check him out because he doesn't know who Dimebag Daryl is.
and he
Oh
smiles,
God!
and he nods at you, and you nod at him, and he's like,
Don't make him fucking hostile. We're hosting
like,
to the cemetery
you-
gates.
are great. and he's like, and then he looks down at Pilgrim, and he stares at you hard, and he
I'm
looks
still
at you, and he's like,
Go outside.
"Walk on, my son."
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go let the dog outside real quick.
yes, my father.
And then it turns over, and you get what he calls himself the executioner. You got Dio, and Dio looks upon all you guys with the most serious, and he's like, "I must sentence you now." And this is the hardest part because you have all done nothing, but you all need to know. And he looks
Mike
at all
bites
you
his arm and starts wiping blood down the front of him. Because it's Dio.
I have my cut palm. I'll just palm my face.
and
Does that mean
and
blood?
he's like a tear rolls down his face, and he's like, "This is the hardest sentence I've ever had to cast judge on." And he looks at all you guys, and with a straight face, he's like, "I sentence you to know what happened that day." And so now at this point, you guys kind of fall asleep, and you go back into this weird dream state that you guys once were in at one point. Pilgrim, you feel your primary hand kind of go do that sleep numb thing as you're falling asleep,
I start
and
slapping people.
yeah, you kind of just fall asleep. Like you don't even have time to slap people.
Can I slap myself?
You have time to slap yourself. Take 1d4.
I slap. All right. 1d4? Yeah. Got it. 4. Fuck.
It's a hard slap.
Actually, after you do that, you kind of like wake up, and then you fall asleep even harder. Like you're coming down from a coffee crash. Um, and you again hear the in a mysterious voice in your head, Pilgrim. Again, "You're coming back. You dare to come back?" And as you drift off, but at this point, after you hear that, just a little voice in your head, all of a sudden you get a drift off. You get a weird trip on a weird Twitch channel that started going around at 2020. You see a bearded guy sitting by a guy in a suit with a bald guy in cut off jeans. And all of a sudden, you see a weird thunderstorm, and you see the thunderstorm kind of flash through, and all of a sudden, you see them wake up in like a blizzard area, and like a mean blizzard is blowing, and the people that you kind of saw during 2020 video them doing a Twitch now look completely different. And as you look at them, give me a perception check. Everybody but Mike.
21.
No.
11.
So anybody that got over 10 realize.
Wait, what are we rolling for? Perception?
Yeah.
I got 12.
You guys realize you're looking at Blanks and Fatty. You're looking at Blanks, and he looks like a wood elf. Naked in a blizzard, wearing nothing but a leaf. And Fatty kind of looks like what he does as a minotaur in a leaf. But there's a third guy that kind of looks familiar, but you don't really know what he's from. And as their view, you see them looking around, and you see a group of, you see them kind of pass through. There would be a montage. They're kind of like adventuring around. You notice that they're in still like a blizzardy area, but they're going through like Nordic things. You see like ice giants, and you see Valkyries, and you see longhouses, and you see Vikings, and you see like your goblin, the type of goblins that you have as roadies kind of running around. And you see all this crazy stuff. And as this is going on, you see the guy that you haven't really noticed before. You realize he's a bard, and you kind of see him kind of like start doing mischievous stuff, and realizing a true nature. And at this point in time, you guys kind of fall into a deep, deep sleep. and I'm ending tonight, and you all need to make a level 1 character for next week.
Any character?
parameters?
No, anything you guys want. Do whatever you want, however you want.
Like
Is
a new
no.
character?
Like a brand new level 1 character under this
Okay.
profile.
Is this deep sleep going to count as a long rest?
Yes, I will let you have this deep sleep as a long rest.
I'm taking it right now.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta ask the important questions, guys.
No
you know?
doubt. I need
Like,
I need spell slots back.
Gotta get them spell slots back for sure.
Dude, spell slots, uses of inspiration, uses of changing into a monkey, uses of fuck. I need everything back.
Right?
Fiber supplements, probiotics for all the poop slinging.
Truth.
So
So what happened while I was letting the dog out? We're like, what?
you're in a
We all
deep
died.
sleep, and basically you guys are getting flashbacks of where Quids came from, and
Okay.
I'm gonna throw that out so you could be more understanding. I was trying to paint a picture, but you don't really know what Quids look like. You kind of seen him before, but now he's transformed into this other deity.
What's he look like in the vision?
He looks like a man.
I already made my character for this shit.
What are you?
You got a montage of him becoming him, and so he showed up at the same time as Blanks and Fatty, and through this you realize you guys, Blanks and Fatty, are not from this dimension originally either.
Gotcha.
And you couldn't really get how long they were from, but it kind of, but her story is tied somewhat along with Quids. And
So, are you talking about my character? Because I made a Minotaur, and I heard you say a Minotaur already
no,
exists.
Fatty's a Minotaur.
Okay, okay.
So your characters are going to be running this campaign. You guys are going to play basically the transformation. You're going to run a dungeon with Blanks and Fatty, and you're going to get to play through with Quids as Quids becomes
Quids.
That you guys.
I made a healer. I'm a healer.
Oh
might
fuck,
go with-
we're gonna die.
Yep.
might go wizard.
We're gonna die.
So
Are you the
you're
cleric
all
life
gonna
domain?
become you're all part of you're making the Lost Viking group. You guys are now.
Oh, that's right, it's
If
Nordic.
you want to do little backstories to help you guys get a character, you're Lost Vikings. You stumbled upon Blanks, Fatty, and Quids within the first 3 years that they were there. Probably the first 6 months that they were there. You befriend them. You guys kind of help them, go on cool adventures and fight, Nordic things from Nordic gods, lores, behemoths, ice giants, some really cool shit. Everything that you hear in Nordic lore or played in that, what was that, Assassin's Creed, like they have seen, you guys have seen like Finmir the dog, and you've partied with what they would call the Viking gods. So you guys were just highly known adventurers, and you have taken the name as Lost Vikings, and you are entering the temple, and this temple is one of the first artifacts that Quiz ever got a hold of, and this will show you his descent and what you guys need to do to stop him, and also give you a break from playing main characters and do something stupid and fun.
And we can use any of the races from that book I just got, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So I added 30 new races.
I haven't even looked at them yet.
They're fucking.
There's a whole bunch
book?
of races in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What book?
How? Where? What?
I'm in your character creation. So if you go and you make a new character,
I am.
because you're in this campaign with me, you should have access to 30 races
Yeah,
or so.
go make. You could go under the campaign, make a new character, make a character.
Create an
in
assigned character.
Yeah,
Wait. So if I go to characters, oh, delete that.
campaigns.
How? Oh, so I have to go to your.
Yeah,
How
Oh,
do I get?
Kirikokras.
Oh, I got to go to the campaign,
yeah.
and from there create a
Oh, I haven't seen Monsters the Multiverse
new
yet.
campaign.
Yeah, it just
It
came out.
just came out yesterday, I think. I bought it yesterday.
Yeah, because I thought it was coming out. I thought it was gonna come out the following week, and I kind of got bummed because I was like, oh, because I had this planned out, and I was like, they're not gonna be able to um, use the new classes, and I was like, fuck it.
I'm hopping off,
Unassigned
guys. I'll catch
character,
y'all
and then you
later.
can
All right,
Out
buddy.
T.
Bye.